going to get a healthy relationship without sick folk. If you suffer from depression and your queen is suffering from anxiety, if you're suffering from self-hate and she's suffering from light-skin supremacy, you take those two sticks of dynamite together and you're going to have a massive explosion. And that's what's going on. But a lot of us are addicted to relationships. A lot of black people use relationships like a drug, just like you run to alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, cocaine. You run to a relationship. Why? Because it's a very effective way of keeping you from dealing with your own problems. As long as you're focused on another person, you don't have to look at yourself. And that's why we get out of one relationship, we run into another one. It's simply a drug. It's an ego extension. A lot of us are getting married not because we truly love the sister or love the brother, but they look good with us. It's about an ego extension. You complete what I look physically. You complete me socially. You complete me on the outside. We never even considered whether you complete us or not on the inside. And then many of us have psychic magnet. A psychic magnet is when you're constantly pulling something unhealthy to your person because of something your parents never gave you. A lot of our sisters have a psychic magnet to pull a man. Whether he's a good mate or not, whether he's a good provider or not, there's a psychic magnet that says, I need the attention that I never got from my father. There's a psychic magnet that says, I need a strong, aggressive, dominating man who can protect me from future rape, future incest, future molestation. But the problem is that man then becomes the domestic abuser and you have nobody to protect you from him. So we got a lot of unhealthy psychic magnets at work. And until we go inside, until we investigate the unconscious, we'll never be able to understand the external realities under which we live.
Beautiful. Now, yes, everything you said there is correct. How do you get those young brothers to understand the connection between his mother and father, who's not there, Excellent. And him and this girlfriend he's trying to find?
Good. First of all, he has to be willing to want to learn about it. And also you have to be willing to go into the pain of your past in order to sort out your present. Many of us don't have the emotional discipline, willpower, and tolerance for pain that's necessary to travel back into your past, into your psychohistory, to see what went wrong so you can understand your present. In order to heal the rape victim, I gotta take her back into the trauma. She has to reinterpret the trauma. Right, if I want to heal the brother who has a low self-esteem because his father wasn't there or his mother psychologically emasculated him, I gotta take him back into that pain, and we have to change the interpretation. But people don't have the self-control, the discipline, the emotional discipline to go into their past. And that's why you have so many addictions in this world, and particularly in American society, which I think is probably the most unhealthy society in the Western world. Because of our pursuit of materialism, we totally neglect things that are emotional and psychological. For example, if you're dealing with an intense depression, an intense feeling of gender identity disorder where you're flirting with whether or not you're homosexual or lesbian, if you're dealing with a dependency complex where you feel that you gotta have a woman, okay, or you gotta have a man, then what we have to do is go back into your history. Start with your childhood. The relationship we had with our mother and the relationship we had with our father, okay, is symbolic of every relationship we're gonna have with anybody else, romantically or otherwise. So first we got to understand that and draw on the interpretations that you have of that relationship, because the interpretations then crystallize into core beliefs. Core beliefs about men, core beliefs about women, but most of all, core beliefs about yourself. And it is those core beliefs that are driving the way we interact with each other, whether it's a brother with a brother or a brother with his queen or a sister with a sister or a sister with her king. But again, you got to have the discipline to want to face that pain. Pain is a hell of a thing. That's why we got so many crack addicts, because of pain. Alcohol addictees, because of the pain. Weed heads, because of the pain. People who do nothing but have sex all day, because of the pain. Drown themselves out on the radio, drown themselves out on the internet, because of the pain. The number one philosophy that we're operating under in the black community is the philosophy of escapism. And escapism says the best way to deal with your problems is to try to run as far as you can and find something to keep you distracted.
Very good.